The 4 quarterfinal matchups are set for the New Japan Cup of 2019, and it's time for my preview, as we have some very good matches. We have some matches, and we also have a match I'm very looking forward to seeing. Kind of the potential of it could be very much exceeding the expectations of a lot of people watching the show. As we'll start with Tomohiro Ishii and Yoshihashi, of course. As Tomohiro Ishii, you're hoping he gets a good run out of this. You know, even him winning the whole damn thing would be awesome. And he'd be a great guy to have Jay White have a match against. To where, and we have, obviously, it would suck if Yoshihashi would win. I'll say that right now over Tomohiro Ishii. I think Yoshihashi's just not ready for it. He's not ready for a deeper run in a New Japan Cup. Just don't think it'll ever happen for him. I don't think he really needs that. But I think it'd still be a good little match. Ishii's been having some really good matches out of a lot of guys out of this New Japan Cup so far. The Nagata match was a lot of fun. The Taichi match was, one of the best matches around, too, if not maybe the best, honestly. Like, it was fucking tremendous. And here, we have, this night, we'll have Tomohiro Ishii and Yoshihashi. And the next match, probably will be the main event, Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay. Obviously, the matchup of the two Chaos members. Again, kind of Okada going through the Chaos members. First with Mikey Nichols, now Will Ospreay. And then if he does win this one, which I do think he will, even though it'd be a lot more interesting to see Will Ospreay get a win over Okada and have a Will Ospreay Ishii match. Either way, Okada Ishii or Ospreay Ishii, that's a really fun match. Either way, I do think if there was a guy to beat Kazuchika Okada, and this, Will Ospreay does make a lot of sense. The never openweight champion, it would kind of keep it to where Ospreay and Ishii, if Ishii ends up losing against Jay, which I think he will, he'll at least going forward, he can have a never openweight title match against Will Ospreay. So it still kind of keeps him moving forward. Two guys can have something build into the future before the G1 happens, kind of a thing, because we're now kind of between a rock and a hard place. We have, after the New Japan Cup, we'll have Wrestling Dutaku, and we'll have a couple of other semi-little shows, and then we'll have Dominion, of course, in June. And then it'd be the G1, so between that time from Dominion to after the New Japan Cup, we have a nice bit of space here of dates and shows to be done, so that'd be a great little never openweight title match for Will Ospreay to have, as well as Tomohiro Ishii, something for him to do. As, I'll say this. I am going to go with Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay's going to beat Kazuchika Okada and not really shock the world, but kind of give him a nice shocking win and have Okada not make it to the semifinals. They'll get stopped to the quarterfinals by Will Ospreay. But either way, I just don't think Okada's going to win at all, and have him just to be able to lose to Jay White in Madison Square Garden. I just don't think the guy who's going to win so far out of who's left in the tournament, is going to end up beating Jay White at Madison Square Garden. So we have that as, that's for March 20th, those two matches. Then the 21st, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr., the rematch of the finals of last year's New Japan Cup. I think it's going to go a little bit differently. I don't think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win. I think, even though he's had the harder path to get here, beating Evil and Kota Ibushi, while Tanahashi's beating Shota Umino and Ryusuke Taguchi, I think that's going to play into it. I think it's going to play into the fact that Tanahashi's had an easier path than Zack Sabre Jr. I don't think he's going to be able to go on another deep run. So either way, we could either have a Hiroshi Tanahashi Sanada match in the semifinals, which I'm very much looking forward to, and I think that'd be a fun match, or a Zack Sabre Jr. Sanada match in the semifinals, which again, that's another fun match, and they've had great chemistry in the past, so that's another one. So either way, it's a win-win. But I do think Tanahashi's going to get the win. I think it's going to be a great match where Zack's going to work on the leg, of course, Tanahashi, and Tanahashi's going to have to fight back and end up winning it all. I'd say a high fly flow. He hasn't busted one out yet, so far in this New Japan Cup. He's been kind of keeping it protected, which I do like. I like that he hasn't busted out all the time during this New Japan Cup. He didn't have to use it against Shota Umino. Alright, Skitaguchi, he'll bust it out here against Zack Sabre Jr. But that's going to be a hell of a match. That definitely, I don't... Runner-up, maybe, for match of the quarterfinals there. Of Hiroshi Tanahashi and Zack Sabre. I think the best quarterfinals match is going to go to Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay. But that's just me going... going forward as the last quarterfinals matchup, Colt Cabana versus Sonata. This has a potential to really be a great match. I think Cabana could have the same type of match against like Nigel McGuinness at the 3rd anniversary show of Ring of Honor in Dayton, Ohio. That match was very much what could be done here in this match with Sonata. Could very well be a great technical masterclass where you have two... I mean, because Cabana's really... Everyone kind of thinks that Cabana's like the comedy guy. But really, he could do a lot of great shit technically that maybe not a whole lot of guys would think going into it. So we could kind of bust that out here in this match against Sonata. Cabana so far in the tournament has had like 7-minute matches. I'd love to see this go 15, maybe even 18, or hell, even 20. That would be great to see. As Sonata's kind of, most of his matches have gone 20 plus. You know, the Goda match is 20. The Suzuki match was like 27, 28 minutes. So that'd be great to see him kind of have Cabana's pace go up and still have Sonata wrestle a 20, 25 minute match. As, you know, that's... Obviously, I think Sonata's going to win. I don't think they'll have Cabana go into the semifinals of the New Japan Cup. But so far, you know, Cabana's had a great run. And it ends here, though. It ends here with Sonata. And then we'll either have Sonata again against Zack Sabre Jr. Really hoping a Sonata-Hiroshi Tanahashi match in the semifinals. Tanahashi and Sonata. I've always kind of called Sonata, kind of like how there's in the anime world, if you ever watch like an anime show. There's always, like, dark alt timeline someone. That's what Sonata is to Hiroshi Tanahashi to me. He's like if an alt dark timeline of Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's Sonata in a nutshell. That's what I've always kind of said about him. And even though, like, you play, like, King of Colosseum 2 on the PS2. And, like, this is when Tanahashi, this is, like, I think the game came out, like, 2003, 2004. So this is, like, Tanahashi, like, pretty much 2 or 3 years in after... coming out of a Young Lions run. So, and he's like wearing all black. He's got like a faux hawk going on. He looks just like Sonata. It's kind of crazy. And it'd be kind of cool if they kind of play up to that. I doubt it, you know, with such a kind of short turnaround from the quarterfinals to semifinals. It'd be nice if that would get played into the match going forward. And I think that'd be a great match to Sonata and Tanahashi. As I think those two styles would really mesh really well. And obviously, I think it's a win-win. Either way, I think the semifinals are going to look great. Whether it be Ishii Okada or Ishii Will Ospreay, or Tanahashi Sonata or Zack Sabre Jr. Sonata. So it's kind of nice that the little middle parts of the bracket, it's kind of still up in the air. It's not really set in stone like the Tomohiro Ishii Yoshihashi match or the Sonata Colt Cabana match where you have Okada Ospreay. It really is kind of up in the air of who's going to win that. And the same thing with Tanahashi and Zack Sabre Jr. really is up in the air. So you really have great main events for these quarterfinals where you're still kind of going into it like, yeah, I really don't know who's going to win this. And think the crowds are going to be very responsive to it. I think there are a lot of... Maybe the Ishii Yoshihashi match might not get a great response from the crowd. I think they'll be in the corner of Sonata, though, for the Sonata Colt Cabana match. Really, they've... The Cork and Crown, really, the crowd's all over wherever New Japan tours. Really love Sonata. They've really been in the corner. So that would be great for that match, too, to get the people behind it. But that will do it for my preview of the quarterfinals of the 2019 New Japan Cup. Some great matches to look forward to. I think it's going to be some great stuff. Also, before I send this video off, Pro Wrestling Noah has been, they did a YouTube live stream of their show recently, which you could check that out. still up there as far as a replay of it. Hopefully Noah still does more of those in the future. That would be great for them to increase the brand and to have more people watching the shows since it's just free on YouTube. That'd be great to expose a lot of the people to Noah who maybe don't get a chance to see Noah. So check that out. Hopefully, I'll link it in the description below. I don't think I'll forget it. So check that out if you want to see that. Now they've embraced the fucking new logo and the new colors. No more green. It's sad, but they're making step forwards with a lot of this. With the YouTube live stream, that really gave me a lot of hope. It's like, alright, they're going to try to get this fucking product out the best way they can. But that will do it. Wrapping this up. Hope you guys enjoy the New Japan Cup. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. This has been a really good New Japan Cup. There's been some great matches throughout rounds 1 and 2. I think there'll be some great matches in the quarterfinals as well. Take care, everyone.